Hi guys! Welcome back to Mr. Bob's Classroom episode 10. That's right, we are up to our 10th episode of the year. Woo! We've done so much in the last 9 episodes. We've visited outer space, we've seen different planets, we've gone to oceans, we've gone to ponds, we've built volcanoes, we tasted salt water, which was disgusting. We've done so much fun stuff, all up to episode 10. And this week we have another awesome fun week for us as we learn about birds. Birds! Oh, there are so many different kinds of birds in this world. Even right here in Gainesville, we have so many different kinds of birds. We have ducks, geese, swans, pigeons, bluebirds, cardinals, hawks, ospreys, bald eagles, chickens. Wow, I can't even think of how many birds we have right here in Gainesville. And that's not even all the birds that they have all over the world. There's giant condors, there's egrets, there's flamingos, there's pelicans, there's owls. Wow. You could probably sit here all day just naming all the birds that there are in this world, and you still probably couldn't name them all. There's that many birds, and some of them can fly. Some of them can fly really, really fast, like a peregrine falcon. I hear they can go over 220 miles an hour in a dive bomb. That's super fast. Some of them can't fly at all, like an ostrich, or an emu, or a rhea, or a penguin. That's right, penguins can't fly either, and they're birds. Lots of different kinds of birds out there. Small birds, big birds, fat birds, really skinny birds, birds that sing, birds that are really loud like a mockingbird. So many birds. I bet you if you went outside right now, you would probably see at least 4 different kinds of birds. Yeah, that is crazy. Birds are everywhere. We see them every day, and they're really cool because they can fly. That's right, they fly. How awesome is that? They have feathers and wings, and they can fly. Wow, I would love to be a bird and fly. I bet you guys would like to be a bird one day too and fly. As long as you didn't have a cat in your house, that could get kind of dangerous. But they fly, and they also build nests. Now, birds aren't the only animals that build nests. We're going to find out about that later. But they do make nests. And we're going to talk about how hard it actually is to build a nest. Have you ever tried to build a nest yourself? Well, let me tell you, I have tried to build a nest myself, and it is not easy. I thought to myself that it would be fun to go out and build a nest. If a bird can do it using only its beak, that's right, because birds don't have hands. If a bird can use it only using its beak, then I should surely be able to build one using my hands, right? Well, you'd be surprised. It is super, super hard to build a nest. So I did come up with a way that's just as much fun to build a nest, and we're going to do that today, and we're going to put some eggs in it, and we're going to see what happens to those eggs. Do you think they'll hatch? I don't know. We'll have to wait till Thursday to find out if they hatch or not. We're going to talk about birds on Thursday too and make some more cool stuff, some more art stuff on Thursday. But today, we're going to build a nest, and we're going to put some eggs in it to give us a better understanding of how hard those little birds have to work to build a big old nest. It's not easy. Now, if you're ever out in the neighborhood and you see a nest or an old nest, you don't really want to go over and mess with it because a bird could be living in it. And if we went over to a bird's nest, a bird's home, and took it from them, it would be like if we were out getting dinner and we came home and a bunch of birds took over our house. We wouldn't like that very much. It'd probably be pretty scary. And they would also probably poop on all of our toys. Yeah, birds like to do that. So we wouldn't want to do the same thing to their nest. So if you see a nest out in the wild, you can look at it and you can admire it, but you're not going to want to take it. Now, some birds will build a nest and then they'll fly away and they won't use that nest anymore. If you find an old bird's nest and mom and dad say, yeah, that's an old bird's nest, then you can take it down and you can look and how intricate it really is to put all of those little tiny sticks and leaves and mud sometimes together to build a nest. For humans like us, it's really hard. I mean, it is really, really hard. But I found a simpler way to do it. We're going to do that today. We're going to build our nest. We're going to gather some supplies. It's a great project to do right now when we're all stuck inside all the time, and learn more about birds. But before we can do that, let's go ahead and take our trusty marker. Boop! It is the color black, and our bucket with our names in it, and see who's going to be on the board today. Who's it going to be? I don't know. Let's find out. Our first name is going up at the top with a... Oh, that's right. That's right. I have to leave the first letter off. Let's make it hard then. Let's do this name missing the first letter. Who do you think that is? Arison? We don't have an Arison. Oh, you're right. Bum, 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 bum. It's Harrison. Harrison with the big H. Ha, ha, ha. Harrison. And we also have, right below Harrison is this friend. Now who's that? Naya? Oh, Anaya. That's right. So we're missing the letter A. Thank you guys. Thanks for helping me. It's the letter A that we were missing. Let's see who else we got. Ooh, this is a tough one. Now the reason why this one's tough is that we have two friends in our class whose names both end in A-G-A-N. Agan. But we're only looking for one letter, not two. So which letter do you think we're looking for? That's right, it's Sagan. It's Sagan's name, and Sagan is missing the S, like a snake. Sagan. Let's see who else we got here. Who's that? Amelia? Amelia? Do we have Amelia? Oh, I think I just said it. You're right. It's Amelia. 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 Or Emmy. And her name begins with a E. An E for Amelia. And you know what? Amelia has a birthday coming up pretty soon. Amelia is going to be 4 years old in about 2 weeks. I'm really excited for that. So we have Harrison, Anaya, Sagan, Amelia. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we always put 6 names up. So we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right, we're missing 2 more names. So let's see who's going up there next. Who's that? Axon? We don't have an Axon in our class. That's a goofy name. I know who it is. Do you? It's Jackson. And Jackson name starts with a J. J for Jackson. That leaves us with one more name. Who's it gonna be? Who can it be now? Ever? Oh, River! That's good. And River, well, I remember that her name starts with the same letter it ends with, so it'd be River. River's here on the board more today. Awesome job. And I forgot, Anaya too has a birthday coming up. Yeah, her birthday is also in about 2 weeks. Or actually, I think it's this week or next week. That's so cool. 2 friends in our class are turning 4 this week for a birthday. That's awesome. So here we have it, Harrison, Anaya, Sagan, Amelia, Jackson, and River. And at the tippity top, we'll put this awesome dude. It's Mr. Bob. Hi, Mr. Bob. Hi, Mr. Bob. Okay. So, what we have here today, who's at the top of our list? Harrison, very good. Who's at the biggity bottom? River, excellent. Who is right below Harrison? It's Anaya, good. And who's right above River? It's Jackson, excellent, excellent, excellent. Who is underneath Anaya? It's Sig. Sig's underneath Anaya. And that means who is in between Sagan and Jackson? It's Amelia! You're right! Amelia is the meat of the Sagan-Jackson sandwich. Nope. I won't eat it. I'm not that hungry. Sorry, maybe I was that hungry. Well, we have all our friends up here today. Harrison, Anaya, Sagan, Emmy, Jackson, River. And Mr. Bob up at the tippity top. That's so nice. Well, I'm glad that we have all those friends up there with us today because we are going to get moving right on into our project very, very soon. Before we do, I want to read a book with you guys. It's a book from Miss Quillen's room. You might remember it. It's a super cool book with really pretty pictures. And it's going to tell us all about nest. Because if you remember, we are building a nest today in our classroom. And a nest is where an animal would live. It'd be their house. And we know that birds definitely make nests. But are there any other animals that make nests too? Well, earlier this year, we made a nest in our classroom for alligators. So we know alligators make a nest. And my son Ezra is telling me right now that squirrels also make a nest. So that's at least 2 other animals that make a nest. So let's read this book. And maybe we can use this book to get us some ideas on what we're going to use to build our bird nest. So let's see. It's called Boop! Whose Nest? Wow. Well, if I saw that nest right there, I would immediately think it was a bird's nest because it's in a tree and it has eggs in it. And I'm pretty sure squirrels don't come from eggs, right? They might, but I don't think so. So let's get nice and close to this camera to read Whose Nest. It said, look at this super cool nest. That is a really neat nest. I bet that would be really hard to make. You'd have to get a bunch of different kind of leaves and grass and hay and stuff from outside and make it into a big circle. Let's see what it says. It says, I weave my secret nest with bark from the honeysuckle tree. This oval hideaway keeps my babies warm at night. I nibble sweet berries and gnaw on hazelnuts. Who am I? Does anybody have a guess? Do you have a guess, Ezra? Ezra thinks it's a squirrel's nest. Let's see. Boop! Oh, look at that! It kind of looks like a squirrel. It says, I am a dormouse. I climb brambles and balance on branches. Soon I will take a long winter's nap. Oh, what do we call it again when you take a nap during the wintertime for a long, long time? Does anybody remember? Hibernation. Good. Oh, here's another super cool nest. Maybe we can make our nest look like this. That looks like, to me, like a bunch of sticks. And it looks like it's high up in a tree. I build my sturdy nest with strong sticks and soft moss. I think those are really good things to build a nest with. This huge home sways on the branches of the tallest trees, rocking my chicks to sleep. Who am I? So it's a huge nest, and it's up in the tallest trees, and its babies are chicks. I'm hearing hawk. I'm hearing some kind of bird. Let's see. It is It's an eagle's nest. Whoa, very close. I am an eagle. I soar and swoop above the treetops and over the land. Each year, I make my nest even bigger. Whoa. I would love to build an eagle's nest. That's kind of what I think my nest is going to sort of look like, because it's a lot of sticks and moss and it's huge. Well, that's a weird looking nest. That nest doesn't have any sticks or leaves. And does it look like it's high up, or does it look like it's low? Looks like it's low in the water. Well, let's see what it says here about it. It says, I form my nest with soft, sticky foam. It hangs on a log or a branch. This bubbly nest lets my tadpoles grow. Soon they will hatch and splash into the water. Well, we got some hints there. It's close to the water, and it has tadpoles. I'm hearing frog from a lot of people. Let's see. Ba, ba, ba. It is. It says, I am a tree frog. I climb up tree trunks and perch on the lofty burrows. At night, I look for insects to eat. Ribbit. Ribbit. Well, that's kind of a cool nest, too. But we're not talking about frogs this week. We're talking about birds. So I don't think we'll make a nest like that. Listen, this says, look at that. That's a nest. Now, that's a nest that isn't made by the animal. That's a nest that the animal hides in, I think. Let's see. It says, I lay hundreds of eggs on colorful coral. This watery nest is hidden from harm, hungry hunters, and whooshing water. Who am I? I'm hearing clownfish like Nemo. Let's see. Boop! It is. It's a clownfish. And it says, I flit and float through the tickly tentacles of a, now that is a tough word, anemone. A sea anemone. That's tough. It's really hard for Mr. Bob to say, too. Swimming on the reef, we are safe. Now, something really cool about clownfish is that sea anemones actually can hurt you. If you touch it, they can make you sting and burn. And they can actually even kill other fish. But the clownfish is immune to the sticky, hurting things that are inside the anemone. Isn't that neat? Oh, there's a cool looking nest. That nest, does it look like it's in a tree? Looks like it's in the ground. Oh yeah, you can see something in there. I think we're gonna make a nest that kind of looks similar to that too. Doesn't look like it's that hard to build. Looks like some grass and some twigs and stuff all wrapped in a circle. I'm hearing bunny from people. Let's see. It says, I nestle into the tall grass and cushion my nest with fluffy fur and cuddly leaves. This snuggly bed blankets my babies while I munch on sweet, crisp clovers. Who am I? Well, it's on the ground, it has fur, and it munches. Let's see. Ah, you're right. It's a bunny rabbit. I hop, hop, hop across soft, sun-soaked grass. If it rains, I nuzzle in a warm, dry burrow. Pretty cool. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Ooh.
This is a hard one.
This one is hard. Kind of looks like nuts. Who would live in a nut? That can't be a nut. That's goofy. Let's see what it says. I tunnel into the deep, dark earth to make my sheltered home. This den of waxy cups is built quietly below the bustling garden. Okay, so it's filled with waxy cups and it's in a garden. Do we know any animals that make wax and like to live around flowers? I'm hearing bees. Let's see if we're close.
It's totally not a bee.
It is.
Bumblebee.
It is. It's a bumblebee. You guys got it. Good job. I buzz and bounce from flower to flower. When winter comes, I hide from the snow and the cold. So cool. Ooh, what's this? Oh, what is that? Well, it's got eggs. So we know that if it has eggs, it's not a mammal. I dig through dry, dusty dirt for the perfect place to lay my eggs. This hushed hole is cozy and moist. Here, my eggs will be snug until they hatch.
Either or some type of maybe lizard.
Well, it has eggs, and it looks like it's in the dirt. I'm hearing jaguar, and I'm hearing lizard. Boop. Ah, it's a gecko, which is like a lizard. I slink and search for food beneath the stars. But when the sun shines, I will curl up and snooze.
There's a tail. On there. On the picture. On the side.
Oh, yep, there's a little tail right there that would have given us that a hint. I didn't even see that. All right. Ooh. Whose nest is that? Well, what do we know? Is it on the ground? Oh, please be careful, buddy. Sorry, guys. It says, whose nest is that? Well, let's see. Is it on the ground or is it in a tree? It's in a tree. Does it look big or does it look small?
Kind of big.
Could be kind of big. Let's see what it says. It says, I tuck away my tiny nest. It is soft and made with moss and feathers. This little haven can barely be seen in a tree. Perfectly perched, it will not topple in the wind or a storm. Who am I? I'm hearing some kind of bird, maybe because of the feathers. Well, it's made with moss and feathers, so maybe a kind of bird. And then we see that the bee right there looks like about the size of the nest, so I think it might be something small. Let's see. I have no idea. Aha! It is a bird. A very, very tiny bird. A hummingbird. Yeah. We have hummingbirds in Gainesville. I see them sometimes. They're really super fast. I swiftly sail, searching for sweet nectar to sip in the summer. That's an alliteration. I fly away when autumn chills the air. Yeah, we see them here in Gainesville sometimes, and super duper fast. Like, they almost look like big butterflies. Well, that was it. That was it. So we found a lot of cool nests in this book. We found all sorts of animals make nests, not just birds, but we're going to make a bird nest today. Now, the ones that I liked the most for our bird's nest was the eagle's nest. And the reason why I liked the eagle's nest because it was big and it just used sticks and moss, which is a lot of easier material to use than trying to weave tiny little stuff together to make a nest. Trust me, it's really, really hard. I want you to try it though. I want you to try to find a bunch of sticks, a bunch of little sticks, flexible sticks, and I want you to try to weave them together with mom or dad and see if you could actually build a bird's nest that kind of looks like a ball. It's super hard, but I want you to try it. Now, if you try it and you can't do it, trust me, Mr. Bob couldn't do it. I tried. I could not do it. That doesn't mean that you can't. But if you try and you can't do it, don't get upset or frustrated. You don't need to. It's really super hard. And sometimes we try to do things and they don't work out the way we want them to. And when they don't work out the way we want them to, we don't have to get mad and upset. It's okay to get mad and upset, but we don't have to. We can just go, well, that didn't work. Let's try it a different way. And then you can try it the way I do it, which is a little bit easier. I just go outside with a bucket and I get a bunch of sticks and a bunch of moss and a bunch of leaves, and then I stick them in a box. You can stick it in a shoe box, you can stick it in a brown paper box, you can stick it in a plastic box, you can stick it in anything that's open wide. And you just jam it in there. Just jam, 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 jam. And then scoop it out a little bit to make a nice little area for your eggs. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to come back. We're going to be outside with our buckets, gathering supplies for our nest. See you in just a minute. Bye. Good. Hey guys, we are outside the school right now and we are gathering sticks and leaves and moss for our nest. Now, good sticks, I like stuff like this. That is a perfect stick for a nest. Any kind of stick like that, any kind of big leaves, even something like even something like this will work. Any kind of bark or sticks or moss that you can find, put inside of a bucket and get ready to build your nest. There's all sorts of stuff you can do outside. That's what makes this project so much fun for a time like this when we are stuck inside of our houses, is that you and mom or you and dad or you and mom and dad or brothers or sisters can go on out. You can go to the woods, you can go to a walking trail and find as many sticks that you want to put in your nest. You can find all sorts of cool stuff. I like to use bigger sticks, but not too big. We don't want to use big branches. And fill up your buckets and bring them home, and then you can make your nest. So we're going to keep on gathering supplies out here, and when we're done, we're going to meet you guys back inside and show you how we're going to put it all together into a nest. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we are back inside, and we just gathered a lot of cool stuff from outside. I'm going to show you what we gathered. Here we go. We've got a big pile of little twigs, all sorts of maybe like roots, cool debris, dead stuff off the trees. We got a big bucket of big sticks, and we got some leaves. And this is what we're going to use to make our nest. This is all the same stuff that any bird out there would use to make a nest. And we're going to use this big plastic box. Now, in Mr. Bob's classroom, as you guys know, we like to do everything really big, really epic. For some reason, I think that really big projects really make us like see stuff. It really captures our excitement. But normally, I have 6 friends helping me do this project. And today, I only have 1 friend helping me do this project, my son Ezra. But this is pretty much all you need. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and take some of these sticks and some of these leaves, and we're going to put them inside our nest. And I'll show you how to make a nest really nice and easy. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our bigger sticks in here first. So I'm just going to take them and just throw them in there. See? See how easy that is? We're just throwing the big sticks in there. sorts of cool dead sticks. Now all these sticks were lying on the ground, just like how a bird would find sticks. And we just throw them in the bottom like that. Then we take all of this stuff and we put that in there too. And this we want to kind of mix up. We get it in there, we bend it, we break it a little bit, turn it around. And what happens is that all these sticks, they'll bend a little bit easier than the big ones. And you can see as we bend it, it starts to form a circle just like the pictures in our books, the nests in our books. It's kind of forming a nice circular little nest right there. Oop, get back down there. No, get back in there. So now, instead of trying to weave and build your nest in your hand, you can weave and build your nest right inside of here. And you can take all your sticks and you can stick them in there however you want to get it all built up to look like a bird's nest. And if you look, we have this nice little section right here that looks like a little hole that you would lay some eggs in. So we can put a little leaf down in there. And I like putting the little leaves down in there because that might make the nest a little bit more comfortable. Now what's really fun is when I have all you guys helping me do this, this whole thing is packed up. It's all packed with so many sticks, and then we really can get down in there and make a super cool looking nest. So you can take some of your other leaves and stick them around the side. Stick them around this way. Kind of fish them in there. Fish them around. And that'll give our nest a little bit of character. Make it look more like actually a bird's nest in a tree, huh? But keep in mind, the center, we still want it to be nice and round and kind of soft and cozy. Because that is where I'm going to put, if I was a bird, that's where I'd want to put my eggs, in a nice, cozy center. So, now we have it. Now we have our nice, cozy, warm nest that we built with stuff that we found outside. So now we got to figure out what are we going to put inside of our nest. That's right, eggs. We're going to put eggs inside of our nest. Now, what I like to do here is either find a book that has some really cool pictures of birds' eggs, or you can just go on the internet with mom or dad and look up pictures of bird eggs. We do that here in the class, and it's really cool. They all look different. Ostrich eggs are huge. Sparrow eggs are really small. Some eggs are blue. Some eggs are white with blue dots. The eggs all look like different colors. So you can look at pictures online and see which egg you like the best, and then you can paint it. That's what we're going to do next. We're going to get set up for that. I have 2 hard-boiled eggs, one for me and one for Ezra, and we're going to paint them and stick them in our bird's nest, and then it'll really look like a super cool nest. Now, the reason why I'm using hard-boiled eggs is that if they fall, they don't break all over the place. Also, we're using hard-boiled eggs so that we can have a special surprise on Thursday. What do you think it's going to be? We'll find that out on Thursday. Let's go ahead and pause for a second while I get our paint and our eggs set up, and then we can paint our eggs and stick them in our nest. We'll be right back. Hey guys, so we've got our paint ready, we got our eggs ready. Ezra has decided to do one that is, you see that? Where's the camera? There it is. Blue with black spots. And I'm going to do this really cool color here, which kind of looks like an egg to me. I'm going to try to do that with white spots. Now, if we do any project like this, remember, if we do a project and it doesn't come out looking the way we want it to, or it doesn't have to be perfect. If you ever look at a bird's egg, it's not perfect. They don't all look the same. They all look different, and that's fine. So just do it as best as you can. I'm going to use this brown egg, and Ezra's using a brown egg, and I'm going to get messy. You're right, so I should probably get some napkins. You do always get messy. And I'm going to take my egg, and I'm going to start painting it.
I already got stuff on me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing a thing where I paint it in a circle and go around and around and around. Oh my god, I'm so messed.
You can also put it in your bowl and paint it like this.
Mine is actually kind of green.
Yeah, mine's a really liquidy green. I think I made that green for a project once. There's Ezra's getting very blue. See, I put mine in my bowl sometimes. I just take my paint and I just kind of move it around like that. Now my paint's very liquidy, so it's gonna have some brown in there too, which I think is kind of neat. Ezra's paint is not liquidy, so his egg is getting very, very blue. I'm gonna put some white in there.
I'm gonna have some green for some reason.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, that looks so cool, Ez.
Flip it. Done.
There's Ezra's. Let's take a look at it, Ez. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Let's softly and gently put that in the center of our nest so it'll stay nice and safe. Oh, that is safe. Here's mine over here. Mine, I'm just dabbing and moving it around in there.
How can I even turn this thing?
Oh, it's okay. We can clean that too when we're done. It's all right if you make a mess. We just got to clean it up when we're finished. I think mine is just about done too. Let's take a look at it. Wow. Kind of a goofy looking egg. And I'm going to put mine right in the nest, carefully next to Ezra's. Boop! And now, look at that super cool nest. Now, when you guys are all in class with us, and there's 6 eggs in there, all different colors, they look really super duper cool. Wow, they look so pretty.
That one looks like pretty hard, so you should put it like
Wow, Ezra, your egg came out so cool looking. Now it's gonna take a couple days for these eggs to dry. But when they do, we're gonna find out what happens to those eggs once they hatch. Ooh.
They won't hatch.
Won't they? Ezra says they're not gonna hatch. But I think you guys are smart enough to know what's inside of a bird's egg.
Yolk.
Well, there's yolk inside of a chicken egg, but what about a little baby bird's egg? What about a bird's egg? If a bird had a nest with eggs in it, what would come out of those eggs? Would it be yolk?
Or it would be a bird, only if it wasn't hard boiled.
It would be a bird. Well, we're gonna find out more about that on Thursday. Whoa, what a cool nest. Hi guys, I hope you liked our class today. It was a lot of fun. I love building nests. I love finding out about birds. You don't have to stop here if you're that excited about birds. You can find lots of information on them. There's movies about birds, documentaries about birds. There's books about birds, pictures of different kinds of birds and eggs and what happens to their eggs when they hatch, what's inside of their eggs. We're gonna find out more about that on Thursday. When we come back in here on Thursday, I'm going to show you how to make your own bird at home. Yeah, it's going to be pretty simple with stuff that you can get pretty easily. And it's really cool. We're going to make our own cool little birds that when you're done, you can hang from the ceiling in your room or hang from your bed or hang from the wall. It's not going to look exactly like a bird, but it will have wings and it will have feathers and it will give us a better understanding of the life of a bird. We've made the nest, we made their home, we've made their eggs, and we've learned about their eggs. So it was really fun. I hope you liked it. I hope you guys make your own nest at home. I hope you try to build a nest just like the bird would. And I hope you try to build a nest like the way we did. And paint some eggs. It's fun to paint eggs because the paint goes all over the place. You can put paint in the bowl and just roll it around in the bowl. That comes out with some really cool stuff too. And put them in your nest and watch what happens. We're going to find out on Thursday what happens to ours. So we're going to go now. I loved having everybody here today. I miss you all so much. Before we go, I want to let you know if you have any questions for us, if you want to write me a letter, you can send it right to Persimmon. You can drop it off at Persimmon. You can write me a message on YouTube. You can write me a message on Brightwheel. If you want your name on the board, if there's something you want to talk about, if there's something you want me to, if you have a question for me, I will definitely answer them. I love hearing back from you guys. But until then, we will see you on Thursday when we do more about birds. Before we go, we're going to sing a little goodbye song, and then we'll wave bye-bye. Don't be sad, but I'll see you soon. Are you ready? Oh, goodbye, so long, farewell, my friends. Goodbye, so long, farewell. We'll see each other again, my friends. Goodbye, so long, farewell. Goodbye to Harrison, goodbye to Anaya. Goodbye, so long, farewell. Goodbye to Sagan, goodbye to Amelia, goodbye, so long, farewell. Goodbye to Jackson, goodbye to River, goodbye, so long, farewell. Goodbye to Mr. Bob, goodbye, so long, farewell. We'll meet each other soon again, but until then, goodbye. So long, farewell. Bye.